Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Pastor Paul's going to have invocation.
It's the first time doing this, so it's good. You ever do this before? Once?
What's that?
You ever do this before?
Have I ever done this before? Last
Nice.
Monday. Yes, I remember. At my age, it's good I can remember. Let us be in prayer. Lord God, we thank you for the blessings of today, for the opportunities for life and work that you place before us. We thank you for this meal and the fellowship of Rotary. But we are reminded that we live in a land of opportunity and abundance, while many in our world are not so fortunate. Some are in despair from war and conflict, so enable us to promote peace. Many lives are degraded by illness, so enable us to combat disease. Others are disheartened by the effects of climate change. Enable us to promote and protect a healthy environment. People are denied economic opportunities, so enable us to provide guidance and encouragement. Lives are degraded by unhealthy water and poor sanitation. Enable us to provide clean water and good sanitation. Many are discouraged by personal conflicts and home life. Enable us to nurture mothers and children. Some are despondent about their futures and their lack of learning. Enable us to provide education. These goals of Rotary inspire us to service. So may we always put service above self. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Join us in the four-way test. Of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Right away, before he sits down, Pastor Paul's going to, you guys can sit down, but Pastor Paul's going to talk to us about our upcoming Boo Bash.
I hope you're not tired of me getting up here talking about that, but the way to make sure it doesn't happen anymore is to have too many sponsors and too many items to auction off, and we're not anywhere close to that. It's a delight to have so many women in business with us today and other guests. I would remind you that you are invited to be a sponsor for our annual Boo Bash fundraiser that reaches out to people and young people in our community in a variety of ways. If you are willing to be a sponsor, there are good forms up here on the table. I encourage you to do so. But everyone can also think of ways to provide an item for the auction. We've got some really good items coming in already. Use of a house in the Ozarks, use of a cabin in Upper Michigan, a trip to Cancun, and some other things. Maybe you're not looking for something that big, but anything on a small nature is worthy as well. So perhaps you have something that your business offers that you could provide as an auction item. Maybe it's something you do as a personal hobby that you would donate something that you've made or created. All of those are exciting auction items, and there are forms on the table that we ask you to fill out. Please fill out a form if you're donating, and I hope that you will. Are there any questions? Thank you very much.
Good job, Paul.
Oh, and Pastor Ray has an announcement.
Just very quick, Paul, I am going to get dressed like a baseball player. I just wanted you to know that on the day of. Just a quick announcement on the Victory Center. We are having our annual, this is going to be the 37th year in a row of Thanksgiving dinner. It's always attended by 7,000 to 1,000 people, and we're getting a tremendous influx of people, new residents coming in and out every single week. So a monumental amount of people are coming in. in situations where they're hurting. So we need sponsorship, and you're going to be sending a letter pertaining to Thanksgiving. Last year was a really good representation of the Rotary there serving the public, and you saw an incredible amount of people that came in. And that was so good, and I want to do this again this year. I may ask you to come in and do some opening comments if you have time, okay? I'll talk to you later about that. I've been here over a year, just as an observation, if I may. I just feel that some things we do, we take for granted. Like, for instance, I know a lot of faces, businesses that have worked and partnered with me over the years, but there are people that are coming in new, and if we want to recruit more people, I think we need to isolate, and again, this is just a suggestion, that every time we meet as part of our fellowship, that somebody, a business owner that is present, will talk about, their triumphs, their victories, say who they are so that they know, because most people that come in new, they don't know who we are. They see your faces, but we don't know anything about you. That will be part of us, that will be part of our fellowship. And just taking just 5 minutes, maybe every single time we meet on a Monday, we hear one or two of those. Because even me, I'm trying to familiarize myself with everybody, and I can't keep up. So in my year that I've been here, I'd like to know more. How did you get started? What was your point of success? Those kind of things. I would love to hear more about you. Or maybe write a book or something and give it to me, then that'd be fine. But thank you so very much. Thanks. God bless.
All right, thank you, brother. All right, so this coming Sunday, the 28th, at the Copper Mill, we're going to have the Clinton County Walk of Fame. It's our annual event through Clinton Hometown Pride. We have 7 worthy recipients being inducted into the Walk of Fame this year. So here's the list. We have Farmer Burns. Farmer Burns was a wrestler from the other side of the county out in Big Rock. He was definitely like a wrestler, like Olympic-style wrestling, but then the pageantry that they started to add to the wrestling back in the late 1800s started to develop what is today known as like the WWE. So he's actually in the WWE Hall of Fame as well as all of the other wrestling Hall of Fames. And he was from right here in Clinton County. There's a guy named William Connor who was a very decorated military a guy back in the late 1800s who was the superintendent of West Point, and he was a Clinton High grad. He went on to serve in World War I, and then when he was in his late 60s or early 70s, he was called back to serve in World War II. He was a very decorated military veteran, and he was from right here in Clinton. He's actually buried at West Point today. Larry Davis, I hope some of you guys have had a chance to meet Larry. He's an artist, and he was a professor at Clinton Community College, and has drawn a lot of the history of Clinton and painted. And Larry's actually going to be there, and we're really looking forward to that. He does fantastic work. Hank Dillman was a radio DJ at KROS. He's kind of the radio DJ from KROS, and not only built KROS into what it is today, but also influenced a whole host of different radio DJs throughout the year. And he passed away a few years ago at just shy of his 100th birthday. James and Pauline Durgan, they co-founded Custom Pack, and not only did they have professional achievement at Custom Pack, they also have used their fortune since. Now they've since passed away, but they've used theirs to help enrich Clinton. Most recently with the Durgan Performing Arts Center at Clinton High School. So their name is all around town, and they've just done a great for our community. And the last two are people that you definitely know. Ted Tornow. Ted is actually flying up on Saturday to be with us. He not only did he do great things with the Lumber Kings, but he is basically the reason that we were able to keep baseball here in our community when they lost their minor league affiliate, and he kept it with the Prospect League. And Ted just did great things for our community, including leading the Duke Slater Statue Committee. And then the last is the Sisters of St. Francis. Sisters of St. Francis are a pillar of our community and have done tremendous things, not only through Mount St. Clair College. And at one point, over 50% of the teachers in Clinton County had been educated at Mount St. Clair College. But also through all the different social issues that they champion and work with, including nuclear disarmament, death penalty, human trafficking, and housing. And so we're really looking forward to celebrate with the sisters that night as well. So before I throw things over to fellowship, two things. The first is the board has voted to add based on the Hope Club that we heard from a couple months ago, we're adding a associate membership. That's a member who's a member of a different club, but they are meeting with our club. And our first associate member is Chris Smith. So we're pretty excited to have Chris officially on the rolls with us, and he's already done a lot for our club as a visitor, and we're excited to have him be part of the club. So thank you, Chris. We'll let him introduce himself at some point. And then my last public service announcement, after the weekend I've had, if you are a parent who thinks that you're going to leave your house full of garbage to your kids, please get rid of your garbage now. And if you are a kid who has parents with a house full of garbage, start emptying that house now. There's no reason, you're not going to use it again someday, throw it away now. So just to save you guys a lot of trouble in the future. So, Andy Ferguson.
Thank you for that rousing welcome. Thanks, Jennifer. I think people should know that we are more friendly than that, usually. So it's great to see so many people here. With so many people here, consequently, there's 1,000 guests. And so what I'm going to do is some other announcements, then I'll invite Jennifer to say something, and then we'll finish that up. So first of all, important day yesterday. Brig Tubbs and I both had a birthday. Very important day. Hopefully you celebrated with your family like you should and got to spend some quality time. Jim Brune has a birthday today, so we're happy for him today. We're not going to sing to him, though. Marcia Thrall hits 3 years with the club this week. Jim hits 29 years next week, so that's great. Karen Vickers hits 29 years this week, so we appreciate their membership. So Jennifer Graff, I'll let you introduce your guests, and then I'll introduce who's left.
Jennifer Graff.
Yes. Thanks.
We stick together. Today is a highlight of our programs, I think, for the year. We're celebrating women. We made this an annual event, and I would like to have each one of the guests, I'm going to go by table. Please stand, say your name, what your business is, and you can share anything else with the membership that you would like. I will start your husband's guest, right? Okay. We'll start at this table with Miss. Yes, please. And I'm going to hand you the microphone so we know what's going on. People can hear then.
Tell us who you are, where you're from, and how glad you are to be here.
You want to bust out the rap, dude?
I'm so thrilled to be here. I'm Sarah Hill Dirks, and I'm a native of Clinton. I came back in 2013, and making it short, I started my own insurance agency. My father had been an insurance man here in Clinton his whole life, so I started mine a couple of years ago. And the name of my company is Sustainable Health Plan Advisors. And if you remember nothing else, please remember I make Medicare simple.
Thank you. Welcome.
I'm Megan Dove. I'm here with the Downtown Clinton Alliance. I'm also with the Clinton County Development Association and Clinton School Board of Directors.
Thank you and welcome.
Hi, I'm Carlene Albertson. I run the Albertson Piano Studio just off the North Bridge, and I do exactly what it says. I teach piano lessons. I have 2 student teachers under me right now, with the 3rd one hoping to start soon. And between the 3 of us, we teach about 49 students, ranging in age from 5 to, I don't know how old my retirees are, I don't ask them. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. My name is Angela Simmons. I'm a massage therapist in town. Been practicing for about 7-8 years. Got into massage therapy because I wanted to make a difference in others' lives. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Sarah Solstrom. I'm the development coordinator with the YWCA here in Clinton. My background is actually in history and anthropology, so I'm also a member of the Historic Preservation Commission with the City of Clinton. But yeah, anytime a business gets a letter asking for a donation or sponsorship, probably came from me, so.
She brought her own 2 guests with her too.
Hello, my name is Cammie Busker. I'm with Justice Dance and Cheer, which is a Christian dance studio here in town. I teach ages 2 all the way up. 2-year-olds can start with ballet and cheerleading, and then ages 4 can start with ballet, cheerleading, tap, jazz, lyrical, or hip hop. So if you're looking for a studio, adults as well, I'm more than happy to have you. I have currently 3 teachers under me, and this year we will be starting the competitive realm of cheer and dance, so pray for us.
You're welcome.
I'm Marie Goldbeck-Strunk. I own Group Benefit Solutions. We're a local agency, but we also service virtually 15 states across the U.S. We do Medicare, health insurance, and group benefits. And cheer does save kids' lives. It improved my daughter's life tremendously. So, super proud of that.
Thank you.
I'm Missy Cook, and I'm the owner-operator of Renaissance Resale Boutique, and I don't know, I try and help with anything I can in the community, try and extend myself as much as I can. I also just like to help women feel pretty on a budget, so.
Thank you.
My name is Liz Estelo, and I'm the founder and director of My Gear Outreach. We give out duffel bags to kiddos going into foster care. We are celebrating our 10th year this month, so that's super exciting. We've given out 1,000 of our duffel bags. Started in Clinton County, we're in 9 counties now, and possibly growing. But I also work for 4 Oaks, so I'm a foster care recruiter. Clinton County is in critical need of foster parents, so if you've ever thought about it, please reach out to me. Like I said, we help our foster parents. We fill them, we buy beds, we buy cribs, we buy formula. We just make sure that kiddos have what they need and foster parents have what they need. And thank you, Jennifer, for inviting me.
Thank you. We just have some beautiful women here. I wish you could see them.
My name is Jen Bruce. I'm the marketing coordinator at the YWCA Clinton here in town. I'm not from here, but I am trying to get to know everybody through community events and things like this. So it's a pleasure to meet all of you, and thank you, Jennifer, for having me.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jenny Holm. I'm from Clinton. I'm the director of membership and community relations.
There's 3 J's in a row here. And this is a fellow Women of Achievement member with me. She received it in 2004. I was blessed with community leader, and she was a student.
No longer a student.
I'm Charlotte Courtney. I am the managing broker of the Clinton Mall Foster Office. I sell real estate on the Iowa and Illinois sides. And for a second, what Amy said about cleaning out your parents' stuff before. It's all up to you. I've seen a lot of that.
I am Jennifer Austin. I work with Eastern Iowa Community College as the College and Career Transition Counselor, which means I get the opportunity to work with all high school ages and get to take them on college visits, into the business, into trades, anything that they're interested in, and just kind of introduce, expose, to that next step. I also sit on the Clinton School District School Board and Information Referral Board.
Thank you.
I'm Deb Stewart. I'm an artist. And I left my real jobs, what I say, in 2013. And since then, I wrote a book and I traveled the country to do workshops for art organizations, art schools, so I've done that quite a bit. I have a studio downtown that is not open to the public because I'm hidden away in there painting and doing Zoom workshops for people of different places. So that is what I do. I'll leave some of my cards up in front if you'd like to take a look at my abstract pastels and my abstract paintings. That is what I do. So thanks, Jennifer, for asking me to be the abstract art painting expressions in mixed media.
Did I miss anybody? Please raise your hand if I did. I would love to be able to pan back and have our home members see the lovely women that we have. I'm just gonna pick this up and turn it around is what I'm gonna do.
All right. They don't need to see me anyway. They'd much rather see those women out there. All right. We also have with us today Brenda and Richard from our Seattle club.
I broke it.
Perfect. Oh, geez, I don't know. We can't make that any better. So welcome, Brenda and Richard from Seattle. It's always nice to see you. Andrew, you brought your boss in today?
Yeah, my boss is here. This is a woman in the business of being retired.
All right, and then Joe, did you want to introduce the students from Prince Peace?
Yeah, we have two students from Prince Peace. We have Kyla Village, White, and we have Peyton. I don't know whether Peyton's named after Walter Peyton, but the Bears did beat the Cowboys.
So today you should claim that as your namesake. We appreciate all the guests that are here. Fellowship is our opportunity to kind of tell people that are visiting maybe, and those that are here all the time, it gives us an opportunity to talk about what we do in Rotary. And one of the things that we're particularly proud of is we collect money to give scholarships to local kids. I think last year we gave 7 or 8 scholarships away to help kids achieve that next level of success and graduate and move into the community and become valuable citizens of our community. And so we do that through this process of fellowship. That's one of the ways. You'll see a QR code on your table. If you want to donate that way, you can. We also like to play a little game. And so we're going to do some trivia today. The way this works is I have some trivia questions related to the fall equinox. So the fall equinox actually lands in about 1 hour Central Time here. So I thought it was apropos that we could do some trivia related to that. So the way this will work is I will ask your table a question. Sometimes we do multiple choice, true, false, stuff like that. We're going to do it a little bit different today. I got some positive feedback from the way we did it a couple of weeks ago. So what I'll do is I'll give your table an opportunity for hard, medium, or easy question. Easy question, you get it right, it's $4 to donate to the scholarships. Medium question, $3. Get a hard one right, you only got to pay $2. If you miss your question, everybody at the table pays $5. Okay? We ready to go? I know Andy will pick a hard question, but we'll see. Hard question. I got a specifically hard one for you. He's covering you if it gets crazy. Okay, so here's your hard question, Andy. Oh, and the other thing is you can opt out to an easier question if this is too hard, but it costs you $2. Okay? Okay, the word November is from the Latin word novum, meaning 9. November was originally the 9th month in the Roman calendar. Also familiar is September, 7, October, 8, December 10. You'll notice that there's 12 months in our current calendar, which is the Julian calendar. What 2 months were added to the Julian calendar?
It's July and August for Julius and Augustus Caesar.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
That answer is wrong.
What?
Oh, but he was confident. Bonus points.
Now, July and August, their names were changed. They were originally Quintilis and Sextilis, 5 and 6.
I was going to say that. You didn't ask.
But the Roman calendar, the Roman calendar originally only had 10 months, and it just had a gap in the wintertime where there were no months. It was a 305-day calendar. They just started it every year in March. And so the 2 months that were added were actually January and February. All right. All right, next table. Here we go. Sue, your table. Hard, easy, medium. That was my hardest question, by the way, because I knew Andy would ask for a hard one. What'd you say? No. You can for $2 each. You got to tell me hard, medium, or otherwise I feel mean. Medium. Here we go. What country did the tradition of pumpkin carving start in?
Germany?
It actually started in Ireland. Bonus question. What did they carve instead of pumpkins when it started? They originally carved turnips in the country of Ireland. That graduated into pumpkin carving. Thank you for your donation to the scholarships. All right, Jim, your table. Hard, medium, easy. Hard, here we go. What are the three zodiac signs that fall in the fall? So what are fall's 3 zodiac signs?
Scorpio, Libra, and Leo?
Leo is not one. Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius are the 3. I thought somebody would guess Virgo, but Virgo actually ended yesterday. And the 3 come after. Okay. Braden, your table. Hard, medium, easy. All right. Let me find a hard one here. We might be almost out of hard ones. In colonial times, what were apples called?
Colonial apples.
Incorrect. $5. Quit guessing out loud. Any guesses? They were called winter bananas or melt in the mouths. I cannot source this information other than Google AI. Okay. Dr. Golden, your table. Hard, medium, or easy? And the Albertsons.
We'll go with or the
Medium?
to give you
I appreciate that because I was running out of questions. At the annual Pumpkin Chunkin' Festival in Stowe, Vermont, what is used to toss the pumpkins? Trebuchets is correct. Good job. All right. Next table. Lynn, your table. Here we go. Hard, medium, or easy? I got another hard one. What happens to hay bales if they get too wet? Mold? Is that your final answer? They spontaneously combust into fire. So you'd have been right. You should have been strong on it. Hay bales, if they get too wet, the gases that are trapped inside by the bacteria breaking them down have a very low flash point, and even at like 100 degrees, they'll spontaneously combust. Okay,
Last table, Andrew. We're gonna go hard because we'll probably get it wrong, but we're gonna learn something. There you go. I might have to ask you 2 questions to get to a hard because I don't know if I have any more. So I'm gonna ask you 2 questions. Oh, great. First question in the medium category: what agricultural machine was invented in 1834 by Hiram Moore and got its name by combining 3 separate harvesting operations: reaping, threshing, and winnowing?
Say that again, the 3 or what?
They're reaping, threshing, and winnowing. What machine got its, or was invented to do? We're going combine. Combine is correct. The combine combined those 3 jobs, and it was, that's why it's called a combine. Okay, here's another medium. Illinois is the largest pumpkin producing state in the U.S. What percentage of the pumpkins produced in the U.S. are produced in Illinois? We're going to go with 50%. 50% is exactly right. Good job. All right, good job. Thank you for playing. Again, remember that this is something that we do for scholarships. So give with your heart, and let's help get these kids started off well when they start their college careers. Thanks.
So we have to be very careful with all the wet sawdust at the museum for that very reason. They can combust into flame. Jennifer.
Thank you, Andy. We have 2 wonderful guests today. They're sisters, and you can tell that. Our first speaker will be Dr. Ann Colby, and her sister Danielle Colby will be speaking. You 2 figure out which one's going to say what when, okay? Thank you. Come on up here, and you'll speak into the microphone so our friends at home can see and hear, and here you go.
Okay, so you have to bear with me because I just got home from a 3-day music festival. 5 children wrangling, so I'm a little tired. And John. So I'm a chiropractor here in town. I just moved here, well, I moved here 5 years ago. I bought a strip of buildings at the end of Lyons, and we've been rehabbing the buildings. And I opened my office officially a 1.5 years ago because COVID kind of slowed us down. So I was told that I'm supposed to talk about kind of things that you overcome, maybe as a woman. Okay.
Where to start?
Well, for me personally, my journey is a little bit different because I did not have any desire to be in healthcare at all. I was a makeup artist, and I loved that. But I made some very young choices and got pregnant with my son at 23. I was homeschooled, love it, very active. My family was very active in their church, which meant we were very active in the community, so we are used to community work and helping other people. So I was doing makeup and just living my life in my 20s and found out I was pregnant with my son after being told I would never be able to have a child. Probably should have prefaced that I was pregnant 3 times, lost 3 children prior. So then I kind of, I went wild and just did a bunch of inappropriate stuff. Fun stuff. It was fun.
Memories.
It's fun in your 20s.
Scrapbooking.
Not fun in your mid-40s. So I kind of had to figure out real quick what I was going to do. My son's father was not going to be joining us on this journey because he had been beaten up and was unconscious for like the first couple weeks we found out I was pregnant. Like I got that information almost the night. He got jumped in the district in Rock Island the night we found out I was pregnant. He was celebrating with friends. So he couldn't remember me, and he couldn't remember Liam. And that kind of started my journey into healthcare. I am a chiropractor now, but I started down the road as a PT at St. Ambrose. I knew I wanted to help people who are mostly functional because if you know me, one, I'm an open book. I'm going to talk about everything with you, inappropriate or not. Like, we're going to be best friends in 2 seconds, or you will never want to speak to me again. That's kind of how it goes. So I knew I wanted to deal with people who were mostly healthy. And I started in physical therapy. It was a while ago. We're not going to talk about my age. But you couldn't diagnose and treat your own patients at that time, and it was still converting from a bachelor's to a master's degree. Remember I said I was homeschooled. No college experience. And my homeschool education was through my church, which was fantastic in some avenues, but it left me with some gaps. So I pretty much had to teach myself how to be a student all over again while raising a baby and caring for somebody who didn't really know who I was anymore. It was exciting times. So I went to school with my general science degree, started the program at St. Ambrose for physical therapy, got really deep into anatomy, and then did some family counseling through Ambrose. So I have many degrees. And then decided that with chiropractic, I could help people who are mostly healthy and functional learn how to use their bodies. I could diagnose and treat on my own and refer when necessary. The complication to this is I grew up in a family full of artists and medical providers. And we all integrated. Like, it was normal for us to go to a chiropractor first, and then you go up the chain as needed. So when I graduated with my chiropractic degree, I then went on and did 3 years in research, so I have a R&D degree as well, for neurobiomechanics. So I'm not the girl you're going to go to if you want pop, pop, pop out the door. We're going to assess posture. We're going to look at deviations, organ function, and I'm going to help you learn how to hold your body and move, and you might not really ever hear a pop from me. You might, but I'm a different kind of a chiropractor. So I have 3 years postdoctoral work in neurobiomechanics. Basically, I spend a lot of time on understanding why people are uncomfortable in their clothes, why children don't like to sit at tables, why women, when we get to a certain age, our bodies don't regulate the way we want, and I try to problem solve. So obstacles for me: education, socioeconomic. I was a single mom. I was extremely poor. I worked 3 jobs at a gas station in the middle of the night. And then I drove a school bus, did cosmetic work during the day, and went to school until I graduated with my PhD. So I moved to Clinton because I met somebody who I said I would never, ever be interested in because we are polar opposites, I thought. And he brought me back to my hometown. So then we had some new obstacles. One, where do I practice? I have a satellite office in the Quad Cities. We built this beautiful office here. My husband worked his ass off. Sorry, I swear. It's my one vice that I hold on to. That's why Jennifer and I are friends. So, like, all of this stuff, I had to relearn how to learn. I had to figure out how to get in college when I was never taught that I should be in college. Like, I was taught how to be a wife. I'm maybe a better boss than a wife, but I'm learning that too. So I moved here, and COVID happened, and our construction stopped, and I now had to homeschool 5 kids of my own, which was fun, from like 2nd grade to freshman. And then we let the office open, and I was so excited. And then I got breast cancer. Sorry.
No sorry.
Don't feel bad. I'm great. I'm doing really well. It just snapped again. So I spent the last 10 months, which would be the first full year, building a business here in Clinton, kind of addressing those problems. And my community in the naturopathic world, the response was, I wish you never would have gotten those scans. Why did you get a mammogram? And it instantly made me kind of hate my own profession, because without my mammogram, I would never know. I wouldn't have had the options on the table that I have now. I'm extremely healthy. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I am very fit. I eat clean. So all the things everybody wants to tell you, like, oh, you got sick because you smoke, you drink, right? Because I cuss. That probably, my mom would agree with you. She definitely would agree with you. Also, the tattoos came up. But if you see me out in public, I am covered in tattoos. I am not a mean woman, but this is just my face. Come talk to me. We'll be fine.
I ran the other way the first time.
I know. Well, I thought you were John, so I was probably coming at you like,
Where are you going?
So overcoming that, I guess, and starting in a new community was really odd. I am also on the Y board, which I love. I love that purpose. And I've had to sit out for 10 months. But we have these inner conflicts, right? And I really, through this last 10 months, I've had 5 surgeries, a full mastectomy on my left breast, and reconstruction. That's a visual thing for women. Like, you feel weird in your own skin. But my job is to help people be healthy and function. So how do you fuse those two in a way that doesn't make you fall apart every time you talk in public? In a private setting, it's been great. But there are some misconceptions about naturopathic healthcare, science, medical healthcare. This should be one linear discussion. They all require science, they all require research, it is all real and it is all valid, and I am alive because I don't conform to the normal pathway of my community and my profession. Having that research degree, working in different medical fields, has put me in positions where, like, no, dude, I'm not going to cure your cancer. I will help your body function while you heal. But I am not going to cure your cancer. I'm going to teach you how to eat, I'm going to teach you how to move, and we're going to get through this together, right? So that has been my biggest obstacle of everything. Like, my life is kind of a soap opera prior to my 40s, and if you add it all up, the biggest obstacle right now is poor communication and poor integration in fields that should be working together. If you have a healthcare provider who's not going to speak to another healthcare provider or doesn't know when to pass you on because they've met their threshold, maybe it's time to reevaluate that. It doesn't mean they can't take care of you, and it doesn't mean they can't co-care, but in my profession right now, coming back into a community that doesn't know me, it's kind of difficult to get the hospital and some of the physicians to think I do have an education and a background. And I'm sure on that flip side, it's similar. But there are those of us out there who want that relationship. I see my clients, my patients regularly, at least once a month. We build rapport. I know when they're off before they walk in the door. And I am your greatest resource to chronic condition. I know what you struggle with, and so it's my job to be able to be like, oh, okay, now you need to go to a rheumatologist. We've met that threshold. Or, hey, you're having some concerns. Go get that mammogram, please. October is around the corner. Go get that mammogram. Find out what's going in your body, what to do with your body. It just gives you more options. And I don't know, I think that's my biggest obstacle. And so now I'm on the backside of that, rebuilding so I have strength to take care of people. And oddly enough, I attract people who aren't finding the right answers. I attract people who have chronic disease, who have different cancers, and they don't feel heard, they don't feel listened to. And it is my job, it's all healthcare providers' job, no matter what spectrum you're on, massage therapists too, it's your job to advocate for the person in front of you, not to advocate for your personal values, beliefs, politics, whatever. You have to advocate for that person. So if they are feeling stuck, you need to find out what is the root of that. For me, I felt compromised, like, oh man, I don't want reconstruction. I don't want something fake in my body. I don't take medication really unless it's emergent. I've never had a surgery. And I went through that process of the first lumpectomy. Small spot, small, easy, we're gonna remove it, no problem. You'll be back to life in no time, cool. We got in there. The scans weren't enough. This is why I'm stressing scans, and it's also on the verge of, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It showed 7 millimeters. When they went in first, it was 46 millimeters removed, and all my margins were still positive. Second lumpectomy, another 37 millimeters removed, all margins still positive. So then full mastectomy, that led to a diagnosis of a rare type of aggressive cancer. Sure, let's do it, take it off, let's get through this process. They were wrong again. Medicine, it's educated guessing. It's educated guessing. So just because they don't figure something out, or they can't cure your pain in one visit, it doesn't mean that they're wrong. It doesn't mean they're not for you. They're making the best educated guess to keep you moving. And that should come every step of your healthcare, whether it's your massage therapist, your chiropractor, your esthetician, your dentist, whoever. You need somebody to talk to, and you need people who talk to each other. So I think for me, that's been the biggest obstacle in business, and I don't know if that's a woman thing or not. I don't. I do know that at medical conventions, there is a tendency to defer to my male partner for decision making. I don't know if other women experience that, but I frequently will have the salespeople or whatever go to my male counterpart and be like, oh, hey, are you interested in this EHR software? And they're like, I don't even know what that means. So, be loud and advocate for yourself, whether it's your business or your health or your family or moving people. You can say no. You can say no. Sometimes.
They were not allowed to tell me no.
Okay. So I guess, in this spectrum of things, communication and understanding that you want to build people, whether it's your business, your family, your health, who will listen to you, who will take the time you need, and who will get you where you need to go, even if it's not them. Because sometimes they're just not the right person, and that's okay. I love my surgeon, I love my oncologist. Wrong as they were, they had the courage to look me in the eyes and be like, shit, Annie, you were right, we should have taken it early. That is telling. So, I don't know, communication, talk to each other, listen to each other, advocate for yourself, no matter who it is. Business, building a business, if you think you can't do it, talk to the people you see doing it and ask them how they did it. It's not a mystery, they're not magic, they don't know something you don't know. Communicate with them and be willing to listen and understand. Your journey is going to be different, but all paths cross. So all information is important. That's all I got. Unless you want more testing. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm located on Main Avenue. It's Colby Chiropractic. My dad was a photographer here in town. He's way more famous than anybody else in our family, in Clinton. I am appointment only because it's a slow build back. I can only see so many people a day right now. But you can find me on Facebook, or you just stop down to the office if you see me there. If I'm not with somebody, I'll chat.
If you have to please go ahead, we will continue our program, and I'd like to introduce Danielle Colby.
Hi, this is not my good side, so if we could just scoot this over here, that would be great. Thank you. Kidding. I'm gonna put this water here. Trying to make sure I don't ruin anything. How is everybody? I'm used to having a microphone, as many of you may know, but not necessarily for this reason. So this is a really special thing to be here, and I want to say, like, listening to everybody talk and finding out how many incredible women there are in this room right now. We have massage therapists, we have Christian dance instructor, we have resale consignment owner, we have people within insurance. I know that one of these people helped my sister to navigate her world within the insurance world as well, so we thank you for that. And on and on and on, right? So many great personalities. We do have a massage therapist. Did I already say that, massage therapist? I'm a massage therapist too, yeah. Weird, from another lifetime ago, right? So I want to say, coming into this, I didn't really know what to expect. I've never been to a Rotary Club before. I didn't know what any of this meant, so I Googled it. I looked it up, right? Yeah, normalize using look it up instead. Anyway, so I looked it up and I was like, these people advocate, these people do good work, these people help the community. So, okay, I'll be among people that I can appreciate being around. Coming in here and listening to y'all just talk for the first few minutes has really given me a lot of insight into not only what you do for the community, but what Annie and I can also do to help the community too. So thank you for that, because we're always looking for ways to help the community. I suppose what we're here to talk about is women in business. I'd like to make mention that I see a lot of men in here that are supporting these women in business as well. And I really appreciate you. Thank you for that. That's really wonderful. And I can see a lot of your hearts as you're walking around here, and that's even cooler. So thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that support. So we're talking about what we've overcome within our business, right? Or within our life. I'm going to talk about what I've overcome within business, because that's far-reaching. So I came into this industry, I started working with a little project that really didn't even have a name at that time. It didn't even have a name. We had a sticker, and my friend Mike gave me a sticker. And he says, hey, so I've been doing this picking thing, and now we have this opportunity. Well, I already knew he was doing the picking thing because I was helping him every once in a while. So now we have this opportunity for television, right? So this is a really cool thing. We can tell the world about what we do. Other people can learn what we do. Other people can pick for a living and be able to support their lives, their lifestyles, their community, their family, right? And I thought that was pretty cool. So I said yes. I would do that. One thing that I hadn't thought of. So, okay, I, for the last 17 years, have worked with the History Channel on a TV series called American Pickers with my friend Mike Wolf and our friend Frank Fritz, who has passed away. Rest in peace. And Robbie, who is still with us, and Jersey John, and I work with a huge group of men. I work with a huge group of men all the time. Y'all entertain me. I think it's really fun. I enjoy my job. I enjoy working with men. But yes, so I've been doing that for 17 years. Before that, I was with my sisters, both of my sisters. We would pick in our own fashion, and we would buy things and resell them at local markets and stuff like that. So that's kind of what got me in the door with Mike. Was we were very good friends. We had become good friends, and he needed people that he could trust around him. Enter American Pickers, and it became a show. And in the process, has anybody seen the show? Has anybody seen American Pickers? Yeah, okay, great. So a lot of you have seen it. That's awesome. Thank you for watching it. Thank you. You've helped pay for my parents' home. You've helped to pay for my kids' college. Thank you so much. I love you and I appreciate you. That said, like going into that world, I didn't understand what that meant for me as a woman, as a human. But in addition to being a woman and a human, I'm bipolar, so that's cute. And then I also have ADHD and OCD, so that's extra cute, right? And this is still not on the right side, but that's okay, we'll move forward. So I get into this world where I don't quite understand how to maneuver, and I don't quite understand what the world wants from me, because I was raised within a very, I say I was raised in a Christian cult, but I also do love my parents and completely understand where their mind is in the world. And Jehovah's Witnesses in general, we went to the congregation up the street here in Clinton. I grew up in Clinton, Annie grew up in Clinton. Jehovah's Witnesses are very well known. I'm not one. But they're very well known for what they do for community within their own unit, right? So we had our own community unit, and we worked within that. We made sure if anybody didn't have healthcare, if anybody didn't have food, if anybody didn't have clothing, coats, whatever, we took care of each other. So we came from an environment that was very much that way, and a very loving, close-knit family unit, right? And we take each other at face value, and we say what we have to say, and we express what we need to express. And we're going from this very real, very pure, very humane, innocent, sure, but this very humane lifestyle of sharing with community, breaking bread, meeting together 3 to 4 times a week to make sure we were all okay as a group. Like, it was serious. This was serious stuff. We wanted to make sure that we all were taken care of. So I went from that beautiful, interesting, problematic, complex world into television, which the first time that I had any sort of like mental situation on screen, I was told by my agent at the time, get over it or get out. Fortunately, I worked with my best friend, and Mike would never have that. This is a stupid agent that I fired. Boom, boom, gone, right? But that was the first thing that I was told. You're having mental health issues. This is not the industry for you. Get out. And I worked through it for 17 years. I think that like a major part of working through these type of mental illnesses, mental issues, emotional issues, whatever you want to call it, is sticking with it through the hard part, through the ugly part, through the part where people are looking at you and what's going on? What is this person doing? And I woke up this morning to find the perfect thought to leave you with. So recently, I've opened up this for the last 17 years, 20 years, I've studied burlesque history. I'm a burlesque artist, different than the Christian dance teacher, but there are a lot of Christian burlesque artists. And I love a dance teacher, especially I love cheer. I think that's so great, and I do think that cheer saves lives. I do. Also, I think community dance saves lives. I think that if you have depression, if you have anxiety, if you have bipolar disorder, if you have any of these things, if you can find an instructor that works with bodies that have mobility issues specifically, you can find somebody who's going to also understand mental and emotional dysregulation. So that's what I did. I really looked for people who celebrated that. ADHD, I'm going to come back around now. So I woke up this morning, I'm in the process of opening up this museum. Nothing happens exactly as you think it's going to happen, right? Like, you have this beautiful picture in your mind of what your business is going to look like and who's going to be there and who's going to support you and who's going to love you and who's going to, and none of that ever works out how you think it's going to work out. So keep your mind and your heart and your eyes and ears open
For the people who show up that you're like, I don't know you, but you're here. I don't know who you are. I don't know if we would have hung out other than you're here. And I can see how much you love what we're doing and you want to support what you're doing. Do not discount these people who come in looking for a space of community and really hoping to find that with you, because this is your cheering section. This is who you want. This is your orchestra, right? So I opened up my my Instagram this morning, which for my mental health, usually I don't open my Instagram until like 11 or 12. Like right around lunchtime, I can actually handle, but it has to be after lunch because I don't want to digest food when I'm watching things that are, So, I open it up and I see this really beautiful post, and this person says, and I wish I could remember his name, I apologize, I can't remember his name, but he said, if you want to conduct the orchestra, you have to turn your back on the pit. You have to turn your back on the audience. You have to look at the orchestra, and you have to see from the orchestra what they're thinking and what they're feeling. So who is your orchestra and who is your audience, right? So if you're in business, your orchestra could be the people that you connect with to make your business run. Or from my business specifically, I'm a dance instructor. I'm an exotic dance instructor, but I also teach other forms of dance, but that's primarily what I do. I know, it's funny, isn't it? But it's made a great living. Also, exotic dance is incredibly important to us because it's a piece of our history we don't often hear about, and when we do, 9 times out of 10, the information is wrong. The information isn't properly studied or archived because sex workers don't matter. Striptease people don't matter. These are throwaway people in society. So I have taken that time and gone back and forth from Dominican and PR, studying sex trafficking, studying human trafficking, understanding the difference between what it is what I do and what happens to people when they are taken and they have no choice. There's a difference, right? So all of this in mind, I open this up and I see this great post that says, if you want to conduct the orchestra, you have to turn your back on the audience. It doesn't mean you don't love your audience. What it means is that people who are conducting that orchestra, the people who are there in unison with you to work together, these should be your purpose. These people should be your core group. What everybody else thinks shouldn't really matter that much, because advocacy is never popular. Advocacy is never something you're going to get patted on the back for. You're going to get made fun of. You're going to get torn down. Community's going to get upset. And I can see these people in here in front of me right now. You're advocates, or you wouldn't be here right now. And so your advocacy truly matters. And while you're doing this advocacy, I want these words to kind of run through your head. If you're going to conduct an orchestra, you have to turn your back on the audience. You have to let people think what they're going to think until time catches up, because advocacy is always ahead of a timeline. And it's always something that's not going to be popular. And you're going to have to say things that hurt people's feelings because it's going to mean change for society. That's the difficulty, right? So at Ecdysiast Arts Museum, we celebrate those people in history who have historically been cast aside. And that includes burlesque dancers, strippers, sex workers, all of it. Because it's important that we see human beings and we give human beings the right to exist, because we're all special. We all have something to offer. And one more thing, if it gets ugly, push through it. Oh, that's the sweet spot. When it gets ugly and it's hard and it's difficult and it's scary and you feel like everyone's against you, rely on your orchestra. Talk to your orchestra. Let the audience have their opinions. Audiences don't follow creativity. Audiences don't love creativity. Audience love popularity. So that's the difference. Advocacy is creativity. We're constantly trying to think in our minds ways that we can navigate a system that wants to oppress and destroy and erase human beings. Remember, push through the hard part. It gets ugly no matter what you do. Push through it until you feel the beauty. And with that, I want to say I really feel very special to be here in this room. I feel very special that y'all asked me, asked my sister Annie. I've watched her go through this journey over the last year. This is where I'll get a little emotional. And many of you in this room have been there for her to help her through this journey. And I've heard your names, and now I get to see your faces. And I just think that that's so cool, because you've been such a great support for her. And I can see that you're a great support for each other. And I want to be what I can to support y'all too. So let me know how I can support you, how Annie can support you. Please don't stop meeting like this. This is so cool. What you're doing is amazing. You're doing things for community. You're doing things for children who need, I'm going to talk to you later because I have a question for you. But you're doing things for children in need. You know what I mean? Like, this is incredible, and I applaud you, and I'm so happy, and I feel really honored that you invited me to be here. And anything that I can do, let me know. Can I get a cheer for you guys? Because I think you're amazing. And a little cheer for my sister Annie. Does anyone have questions before I can sit, right? Yeah. This is okay. All right.
Well, I want to thank you both for your inspiring messages. I always love today, like when we have a Women of Achievement. I really like it when we have a room full of people that I admire. Not that I don't admire everybody normally as well, but people like Liz Estelo, who are just really out there doing the Lord's work, and it's really great to see the stuff that they're doing. Oh, hey, Colby Sisters, we have a book that goes to the Clinton Public Library's Children's Department every week in honor of our speaker. So I think this one really fits. It's Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls. 100 inspiring young change makers. So you guys are going to sign the inside of this. It's going to go to the Clinton Public Library. And with that, unite for good.